So this is like you cannot wake up and run a marathon the next day. There is training involved, there is preparation involved, there is diets, there is physical training, all sorts of stuff. Somebody has to, first of all, follow your heart, and heart would know its way. So, and do whatever you're doing with full.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Set Talks. Today we are joined by a visionary leader in SAP Transformation and co-founder of Global ERP Advisory and co-owner of Ancient Wisdom Forum. With over 2 decades of experience, a winner of 2024 Women Influence Award. It's my privilege to introduce the incredible Judith O'Callaghan. Judith's journey is as inspiring as it is impactful. Judith's story is one of resilience, vision, and innovation. Get ready for an enlightening conversation that will challenge you how to think about transform. Thank you so much for taking your time to this podcast.
Thank you for having me, Cedric. It's been a blessing. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my honor. And I have some questions aligned for you. Are you ready?
Yep, absolutely.
Let's get started. Judith, I was going through your profile. Your career spans over 2 decades, which inspired you to I was curious about to know what inspired you to step into the world of SAP and digital transformation.
That's a great question, and thank you. So
Yeah.
I was attracted to ERP. So I was reading the books of Jan Ban, the founder of ERP, and
Right.
then I had an opportunity to work homegrown ERPs like Ramco Marshall. I'm originally from South India, so I've got the privilege of knowing that.
Right.
That was a good thing. And then when after my graduation, I got introduced to SAP, and SAP was finding its way in India. So it was in 2000, early 2000s. So it was a very new thing, but for me it was a very big attraction. So when I had the opportunity, I took that up. What I really like about ERP is that with the right ERP implementations, we have the opportunity to change lives, to transform businesses, and make this world a better place. So when we look at it, 95% of the world's transactions, physical transactions, run on some sort of ERP. So if we get them right, imagine the positive impact that we are making in the world. So that's what draws me.
You started me into ERP way back. 2 decades back. That time it was a new thing, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The concept.
Phase zero. Phase zero.
Phase zero. It's a game changer in transformation readiness. So can you break it down for audience and share how it is critical for success?
Okay, so I'll tell you a story or an analogy. So let's say we want to sail somewhere. What are we going to do? Okay, so we sit down and plan where we are going to go. That's the first thing. And then we figure out what type of boat or what type of vehicle we need. And then we figure out who is going to come with us in the journey. So phase zero is an ancient concept which has been in there for a very long time in the industry and in different cultures. So what it is, it's a conscious pause to sit down and ask the questions and ask ourselves all these difficult questions before we start the transformation. So transformation has an extremely high failure rate, which is 80 to 85% depending on who we ask. So if we do the phase zero right, we are going to definitely increase our chances of success, minimize the cost, and make our journey a lot smoother and less disruptive. So phase zero is the period wherein you sit down and you ask those difficult questions. What is your strategy? What is your vision? Where do you actually want to go? So from SAP perspective, there are 5 things that determine what type of migration would work. So do those 5 things, understand them, and then pick a path that is right for you. There are many ways to get to a destination. And most importantly, make sure you have the maps, you have the right crew carrying you through the journey. So this is the importance of phase zero.
It is very much critical, as you mentioned, right? Yeah. You work with some of the biggest names in the industry. You have the legacy you have built over the years. People follow you.
Thank
People
you.
follow your professional work. What has been one of the most memorable or challenging transformation project, if you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, a very personal one was the transformation at Mawana Sugars. So
Right.
this is a very remote place in India where doing that transformation enabled Mawana Sugars to be able to be on par with rest of the people in the world. It impacted people, it impacted lives, and even now that organization is making a huge difference. So I'm very much attached to that implementation because I can see what good is like and where lives can be changed and impacted and touched, and more importantly, businesses can thrive. So that's still my very important implementation.
Yeah, that's what you are doing, like digital transformation, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and this is why I do what I do. Yeah.
Judith, you talk about surrounding yourself with advisors and independent thinker. How important is collaboration in large-scale transformation?
Individuals and organizations, one thing we all need to understand is any sort of disruptive, and it challenges and changes the way we think. So for many of us who have been through transformation, we all know that who we enter in as is not the same person walking out of the transformation. So it is disruptive. It will change every bit of it, the right ones. So especially in a disruptive journey or any journey, we need advisors who have our interest, who are there to work with us and have our interest. Not everything is going to go our way, which is absolutely fine, but it is the advisors who have our interest in mind who make it smoother, more meaningful, and more importantly, see that is the right thing for us. So as an individual or organization, I would certainly recommend having the right advisors and surrounding ourselves with that wisdom from advisors.
We have the expertise to scale up the businesses and knowledge how the footprint
and individuals as well. Yeah, and individuals as well.
Right. You pioneered the Bluefield approach, GISS, and like on HANA. What led to this innovation? How do you impacted the industry?
So Bluefield was again a very convenient discovery.
Right.
So I was working for an organization at that time, and what we were able to establish for that specific organization was we needed a strategy that is not very disruptive. So Greenfield is extremely disruptive. And also what they have currently is not, you can't take everything. So Brownfield wouldn't work. So we were looking for answers in unexpected places, and this came up as a discovery. So we being creators, people like me being creators, look for answers in unexpected places. So this is one of them. Bluefield technically means bring what's working, change what's needed. So that was the first thing that came out of it, which was a beautiful thing. It was a 2-year transformation program, and this organization still is a major case study and is being celebrated. GIS on HANA is a very different story. This is for another utility. For any utility to work, you need the golden triangle, which is the managed asset systems. In this case, it was SAP. And you need the satellite systems, which is Esri. And you also need the financials, which was again in SAP. So when we looked at the golden triangle and see how we can bring it together, there were white papers written on it ages back, but there was not a lot of work that was put on it. But with the technology that's available, those things are possible, so we can bring them together. So what it means is it saves the latency, it saves all sorts of data exchange challenges and stuff. So as a result, when we pioneered that concept, it worked really well, and now the whole thing is live, so it is great.
It can leverage opportunities as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That's the best thing about any pioneering concept. So it comes with a lot of opportunities. Yeah.
Right. So Judith, what are the common mistakes, in your opinion, organization make when they're embarking on SAP transformation? How they can avoid them?
So this is a common question that is asked of me, so I can give you a few points that can be a point of reference. Because most organizations rush in when they are not ready. This contributes to it's a contributing factor to failure. Because doing anything before we are not ready is one recipe for disaster. Especially rushing into a transformation just because you should. That's definitely not on. And second one, rushing into things or starting things without groundwork. Transformation by itself is disruptive. So do the groundwork properly and be prepared before you do it. So this is like you cannot wake up and run a marathon the next day. There is training involved, there is preparation involved, there is diets, there is physical training, all sorts of stuff somebody has to go through to be able to run a marathon. Same with transformation. Excuse me, preparation is the key. And the third one, which is again common, is doing it not with the right people. So that is not investing on the right team. So, one of the clients asked me, genuine question, I've got free people in the team, can I start my transformation? No, that's another recipe to be unsuccessful. Make sure the team who are doing this with you is the team that is the right team. Get that validated. Make sure you've got the delivery team, the assurance team, and the advisory team all there and in sync with each other to be able to do that. So these are fundamentally the things. And most importantly, have a direction. If you do not have a vision, mission, strategy, and clarity of direction, that's another challenge or another recipe that will put you in failure. So invest on these things, get it right, and you have a much better chance of success.
Judith, you have mentioned very important things. Invest on these things. Basically, before the transformation, you need the right people, advisory, and preparedness. You have to be prepared. So, these are very crucial things, and which you have highlighted. Judith, you co-own the Ancient Wisdom Forum, which is fascinating.
Yes.
So, how do you balance modern technology with timeless wisdom in your work?
So, in my opinion, wisdom is what keeps us honest. So, I would phrase it the other way. Technology is nothing if there is no wisdom. So, for me, ancient wisdom is the driving force that keeps me and everyone involved honest and keeping it moving. So, yes, ancient wisdom is the one that feeds my soul. I co-own Ancient Wisdom Forums in YouTube and at the website with my husband. We created it as a place for place for timeless knowledge and wisdom, and it is sponsored by I2S. So a very good friend of mine, Tom Pierce, he is sponsoring it. So absolutely. So that's one thing that keeps me honest, keeps me drawn to. Yeah.
Also, I noticed that the Ancient Wisdom Forum, it comes with a lot of key takeaways. So much audience can learn.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Right.
It's full of wisdom, and there is interviews from Tom Pierce, Jan Ban, and many others.
Yeah, top industry leaders. They're sharing their knowledge.
Yeah. Okay, so it's my holy book, the Bible. So Bible. I use that as my point of reference to keep myself grounded.
Right. So this is the question audience also wants to ask. After achieving so much in your life, after building the legacy, people follow your work, they reach out to you, you're transforming businesses. So what makes you, how do you stay so grounded after achieving so much in your life? What's the one thing?
I surround myself with advisors, and we all know our purpose. So staying in tune with the higher purpose and surrounding ourselves with the right advisors. So for me, that's a go-to. Yeah.
That keeps you, I would say, grounded. Yeah.
Yes.
Judith, music or movies?
Definitely
music.
Music, yeah.
Okay. in today's world, what holds more importance, in your opinion, skill or degree?
Skill, I believe. Yeah.
Skill.
Anyone can earn a degree. Yeah. Skill takes dedication.
Skill takes dedication. Right. Skill is the utmost important aspect, as you mentioned. But do you feel degree is also needed to get a job, or?
I have no opinion on that. No.
Right. Skill is the one thing.
In my opinion, yeah. Skill.
Yeah, which is
super.
I agree with your point, because skill is the more aspect.
Yeah.
Julia, this is the last question. Imagine you are 25 again. In 2025, we are saying, right? In 2025, you are 25 again. What financial steps you would be taking to set yourself on the path of financial independence? What actions you would take to scale your career, and how do you invest in yourself?
For me, it's very simple. Get my relationship with God very straight,
Right.
and be very grateful for everything I have. So that'll set things up for success.
Right. That is something about you, Judith. I would like to share. You keep things simple.
We're all simple, aren't we? We're humans. We keep things simple.
Right. So thank you so much, Judith, for joining us. This is a wrap up.
Pleasure.
Yeah, this has been an absolute eye-opening conversation we had. To our listeners,
Thank you.
Thank you so much again. To our listeners, if Judith's perspective changed your way on transformation, be sure to connect with Judith's work, advisory and the Ancient Wisdom Forum. I have added Judith's LinkedIn profile. Make sure you follow her. Thank you, Judith, for sharing your wisdom and energy with us today. To all our listeners, keep learning, keep transforming your life, as always.